If you are a U.S. citizen and you are living in a foreign country turning 65 and you're wondering, do I need Medicare? Am I exempt from the late penalty because, let's say I'm in UK and I'm on the national health plan? I have health insurance. So if I don't get Medicare Part B, will I incur a late penalty? And I had a gentleman from France say, I heard that you don't have to take Medicare. I said, well, that's not correct. He's like, well, that's what I heard. I was like, cool for you, but it's not correct. To be exempt from a late Medicare Part B penalty, meaning you're turning 65, you're eligible for Medicare, you will get a penalty for not enrolling unless you have employer group health insurance. So it's not just health insurance, it's specific. It's through your employer, and your employer has 20 or more employees. So that's the rule. It doesn't say your employer has to offer you a great plan. It could be a high deductible plan. It doesn't say anything about the quality of the plan. It doesn't have to be as good or better than something. That has nothing to do with Part B. That's a Part D, a drug part of the drug rules. For Part B, you have to have employer group health insurance through your employer, actively employed, or through your spouse's employer. So if I'm living in England and I get health insurance for free and I turn 65, you need to decide, are you ever going back to the US for healthcare? And if you say, no, I'm always going to live here the rest of my life, I will never go back. If I get cancer, I'm staying here. Well, I will tell you from experience, having done this for 30 years, that everybody says they're never going back. And most people, when they get sick, come back. Or they come back for other family-related reasons. Think of a lady I know from the Dominican Republic. I go, why are you coming back? You told me you were never coming back 7 years ago. She goes, well, my daughter had twins and I'm coming back. Okay, well, in her situation, 7 years of late penalties have accrued. So she will pay 10% late penalty for Medicare Part B for every year she was late. So this is my client. She was late for 7 years, so that was 70%. She would have to pay a 70% penalty every month, which for some people just becomes prohibitive. They can't afford to do it. Now they're just stuck outside of the insurance system. We'll talk to you separately if that ends up being you. I'd like for that not to be you. I like for you to avoid that. So if you can afford Medicare Part B and you're living overseas, go ahead and enroll at 65, even though it's not going to benefit you, even though you're not able to use it overseas. And you're like, I heard. You probably heard wrong. Some people try to defraud the system by getting a Medicare Advantage plan that they're not eligible for. Don't do it. You're going to get caught. It's not going to be good. If you're living overseas, you're not eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan. You're not eligible for a Medicare Supplement plan. You're not eligible for a Part D drug plan. You have to have a residence in the U.S. You have to reside in that service area at least 180 days a year. So if that's not you, if you're fully living in the UK full-time, enroll in Medicare Part B, pay the money, even though you can't use it. But if you do get sick, you can get on a plane and go back to the States and you have Medicare, the original Medicare A and B, immediately. So what people do is they're not really sure what's going to happen. They're going to retire in France and they're like, I may or come back, I might not come back, I'm healthy now, but it's most people, we don't know. So they don't take Part B at 65. And they're somewhat aware of how this penalty works, but they don't understand how strict it is and how it is not a one-time penalty. A lot of people think that. So no, you'll pay this penalty every month for the rest of your life. And the penalty goes up every year because it's tied to the cost of Medicare Part B, which goes up every year. So it's a stiff one. The government made it stiff on purpose. They want to force everybody into Medicare, paying in when they're healthy, when they don't need it, to cover the few people that are sick. If only people that are sick paid in, then it'd be astronomical and insurance wouldn't work. So you're in France, they want you to pay in even though you don't plan to use it. So if you pay in, you enroll and you start doing this, you do this for a couple of years and you go, you know what, I don't want to do it. You can terminate it. You can terminate it at any time. You can also change your mind later and then get it back, but you can't get it back at any time. You can only get it back during the first quarter of each calendar year. January, February, and March. That's where the late people are allowed to re-enroll or enroll for the first time. That's called the General Election Period, the GEP. So if you have the misfortune of getting sick, I'm thinking of another client right now, and this lady got severe cancer in China, and she wanted to come back to the States for care in Georgia because there was a specialist in her type of cancer. Well, if you want to come back, you can always sign up for Medicare. Like I said, you can sign up late. You can pay that late penalty if you can afford it. But you had to do it in the first quarter of the year. So if you come back in April, I can't get you in Medicare right now. You have to wait until the first quarter of the following year to get your Part B started. So you need to understand that when you decline to take Medicare at 65 and you're living overseas, or before you cancel Medicare overseas because you're like, oh, I've been paying for this and I haven't used it. Everybody's healthy until they're not. Nobody plans to get these diseases, you know? They just happen. So you have to, like I always say, the safe thing to do is to buy the best insurance you can afford. That's up to you. That's your budget. Only you know if you can afford to live in Thailand and pay $200 a month for Medicare Part B, which is wasted, right? And then Part B is going up every year. So it's only about $200 for the average person in 2026. But what's that going to look like in a couple years, right? So I armed you with the correct information. Do with it as you will. There is no right answer because your plan might work out. You might live in Thailand for the rest of your life, never get sick, die in your sleep. That's the dream, right? You might live in France for the rest of your life, but if you do get sick, you're happy with the healthcare available there. Or, like I've said, I've had so many clients, and I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just sharing that they do get sick in other countries and they do come back for our world-class healthcare. They want to come back just to be closer to their family for their healthcare. There's a variety of reasons that people come back. If you've qualified for Medicare, you will be able, again, not necessarily at any time of the year, but you will be able to reap those benefits, enroll and get your Medicare Part B, but it might come with a very stiff late penalty. And I'm not even broaching the subject of Medicare Part D, the drug benefits, and the late penalty that also accrues if you don't take Part D when you're first eligible. So if you learned something, share this with your friends and family. Everybody who went to high school, they're the same age. They have the same type of Medicare questions. It helps me put out these videos. If you like it, if you share it, if you follow the channel, you know what to do. If you like this video, you might really like this video. Check it out. And we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a great video. We put out one every week. Check in the description below this video for a link to our cheat sheet on Social Security and Medicare. And you can also give us a comment if you have a specific question. Always feel free to call us or email us at the Medicare family.